ever lose something, like something really important, and then find it in the most random spot?
Oh, yeah, we've all been there.
Well, that's kind of what we're looking at today, but with a mystery twist.
Sounds intriguing.
We're doing a deep dive into Nate the Great and the Missing Key. You know, the classic kids mystery.
I see. Okay.
But don't let that fool you, because there's some seriously clever stuff hidden in this story.
I find it fascinating how these children's stories, even the ones that seem simple on the surface, they often use some pretty complex literary devices.
Yeah.
And we're going to kind of like unpack how the author drops these clues and uses these like red herrings to keep you guessing.
Totally. It's like a masterclass in mystery writing, but disguised as like a fun, lighthearted story.
Exactly. Exactly.
Speaking of fun, we meet Nate, who is this super observant kid detective. And he has got a real puzzler on his hands, his friend Annie.
Yeah.
She's lost the key to her house. And of course, it just happens to be the day of her dog Fang's big birthday party.
Oh no, birthday party ruined.
And this isn't just any party, but with Annie locked out, the whole thing's about to go down the tubes.
Well, that's an important point, right? Because that highlights the stakes. Even in a children's story, you have to have those stakes. And it makes it, you know, you're really invested in seeing how Nate solves this. How does he unravel the mystery?
You're hooked. And like any good detective, Nate starts with the usual suspects. And who better to fit that bill than Oliver? This kid is known for his, let's just say, love of all things sparkly.
Of course, the magpie of the group.
Right. There's this hilarious line where Nate asks Oliver if he's seen the key, and Oliver's like, this is not my key week. This is my week for shiny eels.
Shiny eels.
It's serious. And it's these little quirky details, right? It's what gives these characters so much personality. And honestly, it just makes the story so charming.
It's a classic red herring, right? You know, the author is playing on our tendency to jump to conclusions, to make assumptions based on like what we know about somebody. And let's be honest, it just injects a little bit of humor into the story. But like you were saying, turns out Oliver and his shiny eels, not the culprit.
Nope.
The real mastermind behind this missing key is Rosamond.
Rosamond, of course, it's always Rosamond.
Always Rosamond. And she leaves this playful little rhyme to lead Annie to the key's location.
Oh, this poem. It's like overflowing with clues.
Yeah.
It's so clever how the author uses this to like pull us into the mystery, right?
Absolutely.
You're like right there thinking along with Nate.
It's like we're part of the detective agency.
Totally. And the poem itself, so cleverly done, it describes this place that's round, safe, shiny, and big, not tiny.
Oh.
And each one of those words, it's like a mini clue. It's subtly pointing to where the key's hidden.
Subtle, but they're there.
Okay, so picture this. Nate is tearing all over the place, trying to find something that fits these clues. And he stumbled upon this, get this, big shiny garbage can.
Oh, a garbage can. Classic hiding spot, right?
Right. Talk about misdirection. The author knows what they're doing.
Totally.
They plant this image, this vivid picture in our minds.
Right.
And we're like, aha. The garbage can. Of course.
It's too obvious.
Right. But here's the thing. Even Nate, our boy genius,
Yeah.
he falls for it.
Oh, no.
He's like knee deep in this garbage can with Sludge, you know, his trusty dog.
His sidekick.
Sidekick, but no key.
Darn it.
And you can just feel the frustration building. He's coming up empty-pawed every single time.
Yeah.
But this is where Nate's persistence, his dedication, it really shines through. It goes back to the clues,
Smart.
rereads the poem, and he even gets kind of stuck on that shiny silver part for a minute.
It happens. Even the best detectives, they get a little, you know.
Yeah, they hit a wall.
You hit a wall.
But it's like a light bulb moment.
Yes.
The hiding place, it was staring him right in the face the whole time.
What? How did I not see this coming?
Fang's collar.
Fang's collar, of course.
It's perfect.
It's so simple, yet brilliant.
It's round. It's got those shiny little whatchamacallits on it.
The charms.
Yeah. And, well, it's attached to a pretty big dog.
Oh, he's a big boy.
And don't forget that whole safe thing from the poem.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What's safer than being right next to Fang's teeth?
Nobody's going near those chompers.
Talk about a built-in security system.
That's hilarious.
The author, so clever. Those clues hidden in plain sight.
The most obvious answer.
It's like that saying, right?
It is. It's like the thing you're looking for is always, you know,
Right in front of you.
in the last place you look.
Exactly. And I think that's the real takeaway here. I can only imagine the sigh of relief, especially from Annie.
Oh, absolutely.
Fang's party is back on.
Back on track.
But it's the ending that I found really interesting.
Okay.
So Nate was so gung-ho about solving this mystery,
Yeah, he was very determined.
you'd think he'd be like First in line for the cake and presents, right?
Yeah, sounds about right.
But the story mentions that he chooses to sit next to Fang in the
Aw,
place of honor, right next to the birthday dog.
that's so sweet.
And it just says so much about Nate.
What's that?
He wasn't in it for the treats or the attention.
He's a true detective. He
It's
just loves the game.
solving that puzzle, that was his
The
reward.
thrill of the chase, right?
And it makes you think, what really motivates us?
Yeah, what does drive us?
Nate the Great.
Nah.
So much more than just a kid's book.
It's a life lesson,
It really is.
disguised as a children's story.
It encourages you to think critically, to expect the unexpected.
And to always look for those clues.
Look at the world a little differently.
Exactly.
It reminds us that all those skills that Nate uses,
Mhm.
the observation, deduction, and especially that persistence,
Oh, absolutely.
those are things we can all use
In everyday life,
every single day.
100%.
So next time you're like super stumped,
Oh, yeah.
channel your inner Nate.
I love that.
Put on your detective hat.
Okay.
Pay attention. Question everything.
Question everything.
You might just surprise yourself.
You never know what you'll discover. That's awesome.
That's Nate the Great for Yes.
I love it.
And that's our deep dive.